Namaste everyone. How are you all? Hope everyone is doing great over there. Students, if you remember our previous class, what have we learned in our previous class? Okay, if you remember, we had discussed on the habitats of the animals and we had also discussed on feeding habit of the animals, right? On the basis of habitat, the animals are classified into two groups, that is domestic and wild animals. And also other habitats are also there, but according to our previous class, we had discussed on domestic and wild animals on the basis of their habitat. And then we also discussed on the animals based on their feeding habit. On the basis of the feeding habits of the animals are divided into three groups. Those are herbivores, carnivores and omnivores animals, right? Also we discussed on parasites also. Herbivores, they are plant eating animals, carnivores, flesh eating animals, and then omnivores, they eat both plants as well as flesh. And domestic animals, they are kept at our home. Wild animals, they live in forest. Also we discussed on pet animals, the animals that are kept at our home and that gives us pleasure. We can have a very good time with them. We can have entertainment with them. Those animals are pet animals. Yes? Okay. Now, talking about today's class, we are going to learn a new topic, and that is matter. Matter. Maybe it's a new term for you. Is it? Well, no need to worry, okay? Matter, I will describe it to you, and our class will be based on matter, on shapes, colors, taste, smell and hardness and softness of the objects. At first, let me explain you what is matter. What are matter? You have seen different objects around you. Once view the room that you are sitting. Is there a bed? Is there a chair? Is there a table? Where are you sitting? Maybe on your bed or on the chair you may be sitting, isn't it? Okay. Bed, has it occupied, has it covered some space of your room? Table, it has also occupied, it has also covered some space of your room, isn't it? Also, if you are also sitting on a bed or on the chair, you have also been covering some part of that bed or chair, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Anything that occupies space and that has mass is called matter, okay? Anything, any objects that occupy some space, that cover some space and that has weight or that has mass, that is called matter. So, every object around us is matter. We won't go for further discussion will be done in our other classes, in our upper classes, but today we are going to discuss at first on the objects according to their shapes, okay? Okay, talking about the shapes, you have also learnt in your maths, circles, triangles, rectangles, cones, isn't it? Cylinder. So, these all are the name of shapes. Now, at first, let's move on to the circular objects or round objects, okay? Okay, look around you. Can you find any circular objects around you? Well, is your mother by your side? Look at her hand. Is she wearing bangle? Bangle. Is she wearing bangle or not? Well, what is the shape of this bangle? The shape of this bangle is circular. It is circular in shape. Also, have you noticed the tire of vehicles? Are they square in shape or are they rectangular? I guess not, right? They are also circular in shape. The tires of vehicles are also circular in shape. And now, what about this rubber band? What is the shape of this rubber band? Is it also circular? Yes, it is also circular in shape. So, any objects whose shape is circular, whose shape is round, they are circular objects. Okay. Let me also show you. What is this? Is it a marble? Yes. Is it also circular? It is also a round object. It is also circular in shape. It is also round in shape. Maybe you have played football, volleyballs, basketballs, cricket, isn't it? What about the shape of their ball? Is it also circular? Are they also round in shape? Yes, they all are circular, or they all are round objects. Okay. Now, let us move on to next shape, that is rectangular objects. Okay. Have you seen this board? Whiteboard. See here. What is the shape of this whiteboard? Is it circular? No, right? It is also rectangular in shape. Also, have a look at the bed of your room. What is the shape of it? Do you have conical bed? No, we do not have. The shape of the bed is also rectangular, isn't it? Then, have a look at this book also. What is the shape? What is its shape? It is also rectangular in shape. That means the objects that have rectangle shape, that are rectangular in shape, are rectangular objects, and the example includes like cartoons, box, whiteboards, tables, bed. They all are the examples of rectangular objects. Alright. Now, moving on to next object, that is cylindrical. Cylindrical objects. Let us have a short discussion on cylindrical objects now. Do you have gas cylinder at your home? Every one of us have, isn't it? Okay. Now, notice its shape. What is the shape of that cylinder? It is also cylindrical in shape. That is why it is given the name cylinder. Yes? Then, can you guess other objects that are cylindrical in shape? Think of the objects that are cylindrical in shape, like that of the cylinder of your house. Did you think? Alright, maybe you have already. Okay, what is this? Is it a pencil? Yes. Then, what is its shape? See? It is cylindrical in shape, round, and it also has two bottoms here, right? So, it is cylindrical in shape. Then others, is it also cylindrical in shape? Yes, it is also cylindrical in shape. Pencil, tube light. Have a look at the tube light of your room. It is also cylindrical in shape. That means pencils, tube light, the drum that we play, they all are cylindrical in shape. Any objects that have cylindrical surface, they are called cylindrical objects. Okay, and examples as I gave already: pencils, tube lights, the drums that we play, the glue stick, the shape of the glue sticks, these all are cylindrical in shape. Now, finally, irregular objects. Irregular means that do not have definite shape. Okay, I mean they have definite shape, but they do not have the real actual like similar shape. Those are irregular objects. Let me show you example. This is also a leaf, right? And this is also a leaf, isn't it? Yes, and their size differ, as well as the shape also. The shape of some leaves, they differ, of the leaves they differ from one and another. They may be different from one another. Similarly, taking the example of stones also. Stones also, some of them they are bigger, some of them they may be circular, and some of them they may be rectangular, or some of them they may be smashed also. So, these type of objects, they do not have regular shape. So, they are called irregular objects. And smashed glasses, glass panes or glasses. The smashed glass panes also, glasses are also irregular in shape. Okay. Then irregular objects means the objects that do not have regular shapes, they are called irregular objects. For example, leaf, stone, broken glasses, our shoes also we can take for example. Okay. Now next shape, finally next shape is there. What is this? This is the cone of an ice cream. Yes. Do you enjoy having ice cream? Obviously in summer days, right? What is the shape of this? Cone of ice cream, that means it is conical in shape. What about the Christmas tree? Imagine Christmas tree. The shape of the Christmas tree is also conical in shape. Well students, we discussed almost 5 shapes, right? Circular or round objects, rectangular, cylindrical, conical, isn't it? Now I guess you can easily write the examples of these type of shapes. The examples of the objects having rectangular, circular, cylindrical or conical shapes, right? Okay. Now we do have next topic, that is on the basis of color. Now let us discuss the objects on the basis of their color. At first let us think of red. What is the color of this dress of mine? Is it red in color? Yes. Then think of other objects that are red in color, that have the same color like this. Have you thought? Have you eaten an apple? What color is the apple? It is also red in color. Similarly, the flowers, some of the flowers, they are also red in color, but flowers, they are colorful, they may be of different colors, but we do also have seen the flowers that are red in color as well. What about our blood? Our blood is also red in color. And tomato, what is the color of tomato? Obviously a ripened tomato is also red in color. In the similar way, colors, how do you identify the color of an object? With your tongue? No. How do you see the color of the objects? With the help of our eyes, because eyes are those sense organs that gives us the sensation of vision, that helps us to see the things around us. We can see the things around us with the help of our eyes. We can see their shapes, we can see their colors only with the help of our eyes. Now talking about the next color, that is white. What color is this whiteboard? Is it white in color or not? That's why it is named as whiteboard, isn't it? And snow, what is the color of snow? Snow is also white in color. Did you drink milk this morning? Okay. Milk, is it yellow in color? No, right? Milk is also white in color. Cord, what about the cord? The color of the cord is also white. So the objects that have are white in color are snow, sugar, milk, salt, sheep. They all are white in color. Maybe the dress you are wearing may also be white in color, because the color of the dress varies upon your interest, isn't it? Upon your choice. Okay. Now moving on to next color, that is green. The color of the leaf. What is the color of the leaf? Is it yellow? Usually the leaves, they are green in color. And lettuce, green vegetables, they are also green in color. Trees, grasshopper, they all are green in color. And you can also think of other things that are green in color. Okay. Besides the examples that I have given, you can also think of other things that are red in color, that are white in color, that are green in color, and so on. Now yellow, Think of the objects that are yellow in color. What came in your mind at first? Is it sunflower or the sun? The sun, sunflower, they are yellow in color, right? And yolk of an egg, the inner part of the egg, it is also yellow in color. Similarly, banana, and then mangoes, season of mangoes, right? You may be having it. So, sun, sunflower, yolk of an egg, banana, mangoes, they all are yellow in color. The color of the coal, maybe the color of your shoes also, school shoes, are they black in color or not? Yes, they all are black in color. So, this was the discussion based on the color of objects. We discussed about some of the colors like red, white, green, yellow, black, and you can also think of other colors, and you can also make a chart on the basis of those colors. Okay. Now, let us move on to next topic, that is on the basis of taste. How do we get the taste of something? We get the taste of something with the help of our tongue. We have tongue to get the taste. Tongue is that sense organ that give us the taste of objects, that helps us to feel the taste of objects. Now, at first, think of the taste of different objects. The objects, some of them they may be sweet, some of them they may be sour, some of them they may be salty, and some of them may be bitter as well, right? Among them, among all these tastes, which one do you feel better? Of course, sweet, right? Everyone loves to have sweet. So, think of the objects that are sweet in taste. At first comes sugar, isn't it? If it's the matter of sweetness, then sugar comes at first, and then chocolate. Do you have the habit of taking chocolates? Yes, chocolates are also sweet in taste. What about the sweets itself then? Sweets are also obviously sweet in taste. Fruits, ripened fruits, they are also sweet in taste. So, sweets, chocolates, ripened fruits, sugar, they all have sweet taste. Now, let us move on to next taste, that is sour. What is sour? Have you tasted a lemon? Do the water comes in your mouth when we cut lemon or not? Yes, the citrus fruits, okay. Those are sour in taste, like lemon, lime, and other citrus fruits, that is juicy fruits. They may be, most of them they may be sour in taste, alright. And then next one, bitter. What comes in your mind when I said the term bitter? Is it bitter gourd? Yes. What happens when we keep some bitter things in our mouth? We feel to spit it, isn't it? We feel like spitting it as quickly as possible. Then, what are the things that are bitter in taste? Bitter gourd. And have you ever tried the outer peel of lemon or outer peel of orange? If you have tried, they are also bitter in taste, okay. So, outer peel of oranges, lemons, and bitter gourd, they are bitter in taste. Then, talking about the salty foods. Salt itself, it is salty, and we cook vegetables by putting the salt, isn't it? So, the cooked vegetables or the cooked foods that in which we keep salt, they all are salty in taste, okay. Then, in taste, we discussed about sweetness, saltness, sour, and then bitterness of the foods, okay. Then, I hope you can also write the examples of the foods or things that are sweet in taste, salty in taste, sour in taste, and bitter in taste. Can you? I hope you can. Now, talking about the objects having different smell. Let's talk about the objects having different smell, okay. everyone, we love to get good smell. We love good smell of anything, isn't it? And what helps us to get the smell? Is it our mouth? No. Tongue, it helps us to feel the taste. That means nose, it helps us to detect the smell of the objects. Okay? And every one of us, we love the smell of perfume. We love the smell of flowers. Even we love the smell of fruits that are good in taste. And spices. Spices, they help to make vegetables tasty. So, if we get the smell of flowers, fruits, perfumes, spices, we feel very good, isn't it? Every one of us, we love to smell good things only. But what are the things that give bad smell then? Bad smell, that is foul smell. Even if we smell those things, we feel like vomiting as well sometimes, isn't it? Okay. Let's think of the things that give bad smell, that is foul smell. Stool, urine, garbage, sewage, and then decaying substances, that is rotten things that decays. Rotten fruits, rotten vegetables, or rotten foods only, they give very foul smell. If you are passing by the container that contains garbages there, what do? Do you cover your nose or not? Why do you cover your nose? Because of the smell. Because we all want to avoid that bad smell. But instead of that container containing garbage, if there was a flower, what would we do? We try to take it in our hand and we will try to smell it, isn't it? So, the objects that gives good smell are flowers, fruits, perfumes, spices, and so on, whereas the objects that give bad smell are stool, urine, garbages, sewage, decaying substances, etc. Okay. Now, finally, the last topic for today, that is hardness and softness of objects. Hardness and softness of the objects can be felt by touching them. That is, our skin gives us the sensation of touch. If we touch any objects, then we can find out whether the objects are hard or whether they are soft. Like talking about the example of hardness. Touch a book only. Is it hard or not? Yes, it cannot be pressed, isn't it? But cotton, it can be pressed. It is very soft when touched. Then the objects that are hard when touched, they are hard objects, and the objects that are very soft while touching them, they are soft objects. And the example includes like the things made of metal, wood or stone, they are very hard objects. Okay, anything that is made of metal or wood or stone, they are hard when touched. But the soft objects include butter, cotton, cord, rice, wool, they all are soft when touched. Students, now I hope you can give the examples of all the objects depending upon these characteristics. Like in shapes, we learned circular, rectangular, cylindrical and conical objects, and I hope you are able to give the examples of those also. And in colors also, we discussed some of the major colors like red, green, white, black and so on. Then we discussed on the objects having different taste like sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and then we discussed on good smell and bad smell, and finally we had a discussion on hardness and softness of objects. Okay, dear students, I hope you have got the class very well. Now, with new topic in next class, we will obviously meet again. Thank you for today.